didn't track. I was drinking all the time, you know, the island rum. I was eating out every meal. Nutrition was not even a consideration of mine. I thought if you went to the gym, then that was all you needed to do.
Right.
So that's what got me into fitness.
Yeah.
But what kept me in fitness, probably we just started going to the gym together. I enjoyed it. I did see some small changes, obviously just like lifting heavy weights and then not nowhere near like a fat loss diet or anything.
Yeah.
You're going to get some muscle. You're going to start building things. I could see changes and I think that kept me going. And then in 2017, I came back to the UK to go to uni, but kind of wanted to chicken out again. And I thought, let me just be a PT, as if that was like, just be a PT.
Yeah.
And then I can go back to the Caribbean and I can, go to like start that journey of being fitness instead of being a bartender.
Right.
So I did my qualification, but then didn't go back, stayed, went to uni, which I'm really happy I did. So
what did you study at uni?
Quantity surveying and commercial management.
Right.
So that's what got me into construction, coming to London.
Right. So fitness, into construction, and then
back into fitness.
So take me from construction back into fitness again.
Yeah. I did my like an online qualification, PT level 2 and 3, and then went to uni that summer in quantity surveying, which I knew was the PT was only to get me back to the Caribbean, not doing bartending, anything but bartending. Right. And I knew I was training, I was starting to understand things, so I thought this would be a really easy road for me to do that, because I like it, I like helping people, fine. But no, I'd already been applied and accepted to study at Westminster University for quantity surveying. My dad was a QS and
quantity
QS, surveyor, quantity surveyor. Okay. And I went down that road. I mean, that was completely out of the blue. I don't know why I like buildings, and I thought I'll just be in construction. That'll be fun, and it was. I don't get me like I had a blast.
Okay.
But that was really out of nowhere. I think it was just his influence,
and
I thought, let me just do that. I like houses, so I did that. And then in 2020, I remember I graduated and took on a few online clients.
Right.
And I really, looking back, I should have stayed in 2020 and just done fitness from then. But then I got a job, my first official job as a
QS.
Yeah, junior estimator was my first title.
Right.
In the November, and obviously working 9 to 5 construction and then having clients. So I was like, one has to give. Now this is going to be my career in construction, so I'll drop the fitness stuff. I was still bodybuilding, I was still doing all me, but I just wasn't doing clients. And then fast forward to 2022, that's when I stopped construction and went fitness again. So for those 2 years, I really wished that I didn't, but
for those 2 years, you wished you stayed in fitness?
Almost, yeah. But then, no, because I don't regret anything, because I loved what I did in construction. It got me where I am now. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So how long have you been competing for now? Is it safe to say a year?
Oh, no. My first competition was 2019.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you went from being in a bar, hadn't ever been to the gym, with a boyfriend who looked once or twice at another girl.
Yeah.
From that to working out, making the decision to start working out the next day, and then start competing.
Started competing a good, I don't know how many years after my first gym session would have been. If I left Cayman, I came back to the UK at 24, I believe, or 25 maybe. Back end of 2024. No, when I was 24. And my coach I didn't meet him in Cayman. I knew him, but we weren't coaching together when I was in the Caribbean. He actually messaged me when I was back in the UK. He said, I always see you in the gym, in Cayman, and I see you again here. He's like, you're not changing. He said, do you want me to help you? And I was like, well, sure. So we did a diet.
Yeah.
And then he was like, you've got a good structure. Do you think you'd compete?
So when he approached you and offered to coach you, was it paid?
No.
He just did it for free?
Did it for free for 2 years. Yeah. Bless him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Play to him.
Yeah.
Right. So then talk to me about your first competition.
First competition. Yeah. 2019, I was going in blind.
Right.
But not as blind as what you see some people who get on stage without a tan and without anything. And you're like, oh my God, who's your coach? Like, he did help me. It was very bodybuilding. It was chicken, rice, veg, oats, eggs. You know, I ate the same.
Were you angry? Were you an angry person?
No, I was loving, because I actually enjoyed the process, which is why I still do it. Like, it didn't put me off.
Then walk past McDonald's and just middle finger.
Well, because I didn't really understand biologically what happens to you when you diet. I didn't understand that I was buying foods to eat post-show and how bad. Now I would never recommend anyone do that, and I would never do it myself.
You were buying food to eat post-show, as in like
whatever. All the chocolate, food. All the sweets, all the things that now I would steer very clear of because it's such a bad idea.
Why?
Like, for your body and for your mind to do that post-show like binge almost. That's what that was.
Why is it a bad idea?
Oh, it's just really like, your body can't handle that. Imagine you've been so like
binge, shock.
Yeah, digestive system is all. Can I swear?
Yeah, cool.
Okay, if I do swear. Digestive system gets all fucked up. Like, you're full of water. You're so inflamed. It's not healthy for your body to be able to process that food it hasn't had for months, and all of a sudden you're shoving like gallons of it in. You know.
Right.
But I didn't know that, and no one had kind of warned me. Post-show is a whole ordeal in itself.
Right.
So the show itself was really good. I got 3rd place in my first ever. My posing was shocking. Like, I just looked, I looked fine, don't get me wrong, for a first timer, but yeah, really rushed, really nervous, like was almost sick at the side of the stage, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then the post show happened, and I probably gained 10 kilos in 2 weeks.
Whoa.
Yeah. I was a walking water buffalo.
Right. So, do you believe or stand by or agree with cheat meals?
No. I hate the word. I hate the notion. I hate everything about them. I'd never let my clients use them.
What about this? What if I wanted to, rather than have a day of cheat meals, it's just like a bit of crap each day?
But I wouldn't even call it crap. Like, I don't differentiate good food and bad food. Food is food.
Okay.
So I would never, it's the language. It's not you can eat whatever you want, but we don't have to label it good or bad or cheat, you know?
Yeah.
So
like Snickers.
Yeah, have a Snickers.
Okay. I once was speaking to a bodybuilder, this guy, like, you have to see him with your own eyes to believe he's a real human being.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
And he said the same thing to me. He goes to me, I don't know why people are eating these Snickers protein bars. Just if you want a Snickers, eat a Snickers. I'm like, you don't look like you eat Snickers, bro.
No, we all eat Snickers. We're like, look, food is food. Some is more nutritionally dense than others. Some taste better than others. Some things just hit the spot, and that's what it is.
Right, so what's the best way to burn fat? This is like an old age classic question, that still gets debated today.
I know.
Is it cardio or weights?
Well, you won't burn...
In your opinion.
You won't burn fat with either if you're not in a calorie deficit.
Okay.
Eating less than you expend is a calorie deficit.
Right.
So whilst... Because it kind of it's not just saying cardio or weights, one burns more. Because cardio might burn more in that particular hour. Right. Weights will continue throughout the day.
Right.
But overall, which one burns more? If you're not in a calorie deficit, you don't burn.
Okay.
It doesn't make a difference.
And if you are in a calorie deficit, overall, which one do you think burns more?
Well, you can't really put a number on it. But I would say weights. I would push weights more because to build muscle and to have more muscle on the physique, the metabolic rate of burning for muscle is higher than fat. So if you have more muscle, it's why people who have more muscle can eat more. If you have more muscle, you will burn more calories throughout the day, regardless. But in the space of an hour's cardio and an hour's weight session, the number on my watch will say cardio.
Right.
But does that mean that I would just do cardio if I was looking to burn fat? No.
What do you think? What's your opinion on that?
Completely agree.
Right, okay.
100%.
Okay.
And I could not do cardio and just be in a calorie deficit and I'd still lose a shit ton of weight, or fat rather.
Right. Okay. What are your thoughts on the average size of women in the UK today? So I've got a stat here. So almost 60% of women in the UK are obese, and then almost 70% of men in the UK are obese. Feel free to speak on both, but because you're sort of, I did a bit of research on you. Yeah, you're very like female focused. So, what's your thoughts on those statistics? And
not good.
Yeah.
Obviously, and it's funny. I said to my mum, she was with me for the weekend, and nearly everywhere I looked, there were people who were of an unhealthy. I think you can say that because visually, if you are holding so much more weight, it's not healthy. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm not saying every size isn't beautiful, but is every size healthy and good for us? Probably not. That's factual. And if 60% are obese, over half, that's a big number. It's not good.
Yeah. And then what, I don't know, maybe some bullet points or a key impact that you think we could do to improve things, like a realistic plan to kind of
plan would be to stop selling, nutrition plans at 1,200 calories.
What does that mean?
Like the issue is that so many, I can think of one in particular who sticks out to me, but it's quite a few. But there was one, she was on Love Island. She lost a ton of weight with a dietitian and nutritionist, then decided to launch her own. Yeah.
Right.
I, out of interest, look at these types of things. Like, what are they selling people? What do they know? Okay, 1,200 calories for an average size, for someone my size, for example, my height, my weight.
So as in the plan says, you need to eat 1,200 calories
in order to lose fat, which is extremely low, which is the same input as a toddler should be having.
Right.
What happens is no one sticks to 1,200 calories, and if they do for 8 weeks, 10 weeks, 12, whatever, the aftermath is a rebound.
Binge.
Plus more. Yeah, which is 10 kilos plus more. So you will end up losing and weighing more afterwards than you did to begin with. That's royally fucked up, and it happens all the time.
Yeah.
So we need to actually be selling and be giving people educational information that you don't, in fact, need to diet on 1,200 calories in order to lose fat, especially as a lifestyle. As a bodybuilder, very different. It's a different ballgame. But as a lifestyle girl who wants to lose some fat, enjoys going out on the weekends, maybe is going on holiday. Well, okay, fine. We're not going to put you anywhere near 1,200 calories because the risk of you backfiring, developing unhealthy relationships with food, with your body, with, all the negative side effects that come with dieting, that is, and I'm not saying that's the sole reason why, but it's a lot of the reason why girls feel stuck, binge eat because they're unhappy with themselves, can't stick to what they're being told by their favorite influencer, feel like a failure, and eat their emotions. And I see it all the time. This all the time.
Right. What can we do to get more people, in this case women, what can we do to get more women into fitness in the first place?
A lot of people are scared of the gym.
Yeah.
A lot of my clients have anxiety going into the gym where guys train. I'm not saying women only gyms, but I mean, if that's going to help people get in the gym, I'm all for it. Why not? A lot of gyms have women only sections, which I think is really good. If that's going to dip your toe in the water, then absolutely start training there, slowly verge out. Obviously, why all the good machines are out of the women only section, I'll never know. But women only gyms, women only sections you could make that in a lot of gyms. There's only one gym, is JD, I think, in Harlow that I know of. I'm sure there's more, but I know that there's one in particular that has a women's section. My gym doesn't, but people are scared. Do you think people want to train in Rip Gym in Harlow? Because of the noise, because of the people that go there. Because I'm one of those people that scary bodybuilders,
Okay.
But,
you intimidate other women.
Well, no, I don't. I hope not.
No, not like you try to, but
they
feel intimidated by you. Yeah.
By me or by the big guys.
Yeah.
They feel silly. We need to help them. We need good people to be putting out good, I don't know how to say videos, but information on form, helping people get into the gym, women only gyms, helping people feel comfortable in their skin. And then obviously, giving the right kind of information out there, but you just can't control what people say and what people do. I mean, TikToks are,
there's
giving out some.
Speaking of TikTok, there's also that I don't know, trend, fallacy. I don't know which one, because I don't know. But of like guys hitting on girls constantly in the gym. Or,
I keep seeing the videos.
I don't know if that really, if that's a thing, but it's like being made out to be, this is why I hate going to the gym, because I can't just be in here and be sexy and work out without a guy coming up to me every 5 minutes.
But I hate those videos. I don't like the message that sends, not from the guy, from the girl. There's a lot of videos now some are doing that whole like, no, people are just approaching me all the time. Oh my God, get over it. Like, okay, be nice, have a conversation. It's okay. You have a boyfriend, say you have a boyfriend, lie, do whatever you have to do. Just carry on with whatever you're doing. I don't know. I can't say I've ever not had people hit on me in the gym, but I can just have a normal conversation. I don't get pissed off if someone comes up to me and talks to me like, so?
Yeah.
And I'm in the zone. But yeah, if you want to have a conversation about dumbbells, I'll talk to you about dumbbells. But the videos in particular that trigger me are the ones where you're filming, but it's not your gym. You're filming in a public gym.
Right.
And you're getting annoyed that people are coming all over your videos. They just make me so angry. And I think this whole, the tripod trend, there's a lot of talk going on about should we even be allowed to be filming in gyms and X, Y, and Z, because people are getting, caught out staring or caught out. But people are going to look. You want to look at me? I'd look at me. Like, what do you want me to say? What? Yeah. I look at other people. If I think, you're training really good. Wow, your back's awesome. It's not, it's nothing weird.
Yeah.
I think people are just wanting attention and wanting everyone looks at me in the gym, so I don't train. Please grow up.
So relationships and dating. Are you in one? Oh wait. Okay, so don't put yourself in trouble.
No, I won't.
Okay.
Oh no,
Because I had a guy on here before who couldn't answer that question because. Anyway, go on.
Oh, this is a weird one. I would say if people ask me, I say yes. So yeah, sure.
Yeah. Is it like it hasn't been labelled?
Oh, it's.
But you do want the commitment. Like it's going somewhere.
It's going somewhere. It's not that I want it or don't want it.
Yeah.
But I've known this person for a very long time, and it's been on and off for a very long time. Okay. And there've been other people in between those moments. Yeah. But I don't see myself right now dating anyone else. So I'm just gonna say sure. I wouldn't class myself as single.
Do you have children?
No.
Do you want children?
Yeah.
How old do you?
30.
30, okay. Is marriage important?
No, not anymore. I used to be I need to get married and have babies by 25, because obviously that's what we do. No, now I'm just, my life has never been better, and I am just me and my dog. And obviously this person, but...
And so, safe to say, having children and a family is more important to you than marriages?
Yeah.
Right.
I would actually say that. I'd like to be married, don't get me wrong. Love weddings.
Yeah.
I think they're awesome. But I just don't think I'm not that focused on it right now. Just right now. Maybe in a few years, but just right now, no, whatever happens with that.
What does your fella do?
Private equity.
Oh, excuse me.
Finance, finance.
Yeah. When I look at a girl like yourself, very fit, that's your world, that's your your lifestyle. I assume you're with a guy who's like twice the size of me in height and weight and all muscle and
No,
I assume that's the case.
so wrong.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm glad to be wrong.
Yeah. I've dated those.
Yeah.
Dated those. But that's just, if I end up with someone like that, then that looks are.
Yeah. You're not like he has to be what I just described, right? Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
A lot of girls in fitness do have that kind of, this is the archetype that I need and must have. Yeah.
No, you can, as long as obviously you take care of yourself. Obviously, if you want to go to the gym with me, go to the gym with me. Yeah. But no, that's not on the top of my list. There's much more important things.
Yeah. How did he get you or you get him?
It was in London on a night out many moons ago. I had a boyfriend at the time, actually, so he gave me his card, and I just said, well, if I'm ever single, I'll call you. And I was then single in about 3 months after that, so I called him. We went out for lunch, and it was just like...
Was it naughty to take the card?
I don't think so, because because I could have just not done anything with it and stayed with this person. Okay. But I knew that was kind of dragging, because that person wasn't in. I had moved to London at this point. That person wasn't in London with me. Okay. So there was going to be a time anyway. So you kind of know in the back of your head. Maybe I wouldn't have taken the card if I didn't think that.
In a relationship, we'll call it a relationship, because it's heading that way. Is money, or even if it's not that, just in general, your opinion, is money important in a relationship?
That's a really good question, because I've been engaged before, and the guy I was engaged with was a guy in the Caribbean, from nothing. We were both bartenders. We both had no savings. We both rented. We had like a cute little apartment, and we had a very good life there. I mean, it's tax-free. Like, you made a lot of money. The Americans were crazy with their tips. But I changed my perception then, because I was like, actually, do you know what? I'm quite happy with just the life I'm living now, which is a cute apartment. We can go on holiday. We can do all these things. Like, we had those luxuries as well, but it wasn't extravagant. It wasn't anything like that. And I realized, actually, no, money doesn't make you happy. And you don't need money. But saying that, I also understand, especially in this day and age, yes, how you like, I want to have savings. I want to have a backup. It's more just for like security than anything else. It's not to be able to do crazy things. It's for security.
I want to do a quick pivot into like sports and ask you an interesting question that we were discussing actually before. What are your thoughts about transgender athletes within female sports? I think because the Women's World Cup is going on, I think one of the nations, Norway, Denmark, someone like that, had a transgender athlete playing for them. But anyway, what do you think about transgender athletes within sport and that whole thing? Do you maybe you don't have
I do have an opinion, actually. I'm just trying to word it right. The thing is that if you said, should they be able to play football, I'd say yes. But if you said, should they be able...
One sec. Why do you say yes to football?
Because I feel like it's a team sport. It's very equal almost, there's something about it is different in my head to if you told me that a transgender male, like what is the word, representing a female, would get on a bodybuilding stage and win because they had the most muscularity and they had the most, then for some reason I would say that's not fair. And it hasn't happened yet, to my knowledge. Some people test the boundaries, but there are some sports that I think it's okay. There are some sports that I think it's not.
I mean, there's been individual sports where it has happened, like, so I think there was... I
think 2 recent powerlifting records have been broken by biological males.
Right? There you go. It's the powerlifting.
And not even people who will, present as females. Like, these are like men with beards. That will
very masculine looking, I think is what he's trying to say.
Like in terms of in documentation, they all register themselves as females, but they are individuals with beards. That have gone on to break world records.
See that
in the female division.
That's just I don't think that's fair. No, I don't.
Me neither do I.
For some reason though, I think team sports are okay, but solo sports aren't. But actually, if I had to say on a general rule, I would say no, I don't think it's fair.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair.
No.
If I had a daughter, not sure, how I'd feel about her going to the toilet with a transgender person in there as well. I don't know.
It's a bit mad.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think so. Talk to me about, share your opinion on the correlation between mental health and physical health. So exercising and stuff like that, and how it translates to a positive mindset, mental health, and overall confidence.
I mean, Everything that aligns with physical health is related to mental health. If you're not good mentally, everyone who, let's say my clients, if they've had a bad week, something's happened, it could be anything. What falls off, what's the first thing that they don't do is track their food and go to the gym. That's it. Sorry, I haven't gone to the gym this week. I haven't tracked. I've had a bad week. Okay, now, right. How do I change that? So actually, the things that make you feel good, exercise, scientifically proven, that makes you feel good. Yeah. And it's the one thing that you neglect, and you do things that actually self-sabotage you and make you feel worse.
Facts. Yeah.
Like, I don't know, drinking alcohol, binging, going out, drugs, just smoking, whatever it is that you want to do. You do everything that because then they feel all guilty and upset, and you isn't going to help you in any way whatsoever. And the one thing that actually does make you feel better every time without fail is going to the gym when you didn't want to go and you went anyway. And you're proud of yourself for going. Why is that the one thing that always falls off?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's true. Yeah.
Yeah. You have a bad week. The one thing that literally, and I see it over and over and over again.
So talk to us, maybe a bit of a plug about your current business as a coach, because I know you compete, but you're a coach too, right? So tell us a bit about that and where you want it to go, and how you aiming to get more clients. Why should women sign up?
Yeah. Oh, a mini plug. Well, right now I'm definitely at full capacity. Oh. So thanks.
That's good.
But there's some exciting things in the future that I think I'm leaning more towards. At the minute, I'm obviously coaching clients. I really like the idea of coaching coaches so other people can step in the way I stepped in.
Yeah.
I had a business mentor. I did a coaching course with the boyfriend of my bodybuilding coach, and he owns a big bodybuilding coaching team, and he also mentors other coaches.
Right.
And I was stuck I'd already launched. It'd been a few months. Things were kind of, I had some clients, but they were kind of slow. And I was trying to move away from, my audience was all men. And I was like, if I don't want to coach men, how am I going to get females? What do I need to do? How do I switch? So I needed someone to come in from the outside and audit me, basically, and tell me this is what you have to do.
Right.
So I did a course, loved it. And since then, obviously, I then started taking off after Christmas, really. And have just been thinking for a while now, but obviously with prep, that's going to the back. Prep is sort of my biggest focus, as well as obviously my current work, but I'm not going to start anything new or launch anything new, but it will be, I think, and I've spoken about a few people who want me to help them already, which is amazing, that I want to help other people the same way I was helped, lay out exactly what it is you have to do, not a strategy, because it's going to be different for everyone, but I know ways of which I could really help people just off the bat to step into coaching, because a lot of people want to become online. A lot of people want to be able to work from wherever and not be tied down to a gym or whatever it is they're doing.
And finally, what's your sort of ideal, perfect, near to distant future life that you want?
I want to win my pro card this year in the IFBB, which is the only bodybuilding federation. Right. For me personally, there are others, of course, but it's the biggest one in the world. I want to win my pro status, and then I don't know if that will be the end of my bodybuilding era, or if I will compete again next year as a pro. But you have to be so serious your life if you're going up against pros, because it's their life. So if you don't compete with that, then you're not going to be competitive on a stage. So trying to think about that, but for now, just focusing, let's get that pro card this year. I'm going to Europe with it. I'm competing abroad, so I'm really excited to do that. And then after that, it's just spending time with all my friends and my family, going on holiday, relaxing a little bit, focusing on work, launching potentially that project. I've got another project as well that I want to focus on too. That kind of ties in with bodybuilding, so I should be pushing that more now.
what does it mean to get your pro card? Like, how do you get it? Do you have to place a certain place?
Yeah, so you have to.
Okay.
You have to. I'm an amateur now, so obviously I compete with other amateurs. You have to win your height class.
Right.
There's like 6 height classes, I think. You have to win your height class, and then if you win that overall, from all the winners of the height classes, you win your pro card.
Right.
That sounds like it's easy, but there are some.
No, it doesn't sound easy. It doesn't even.
Just got to win a couple of times.
Definitely the last, but this is a personal one for me. So, I remember when I was around 24, I looked incredible, like, you know, abs, everything.
Yeah.
When I got to sort of like my late 20s, I haven't seen my abs since then. I don't think I ever will, because I remember the way I had to live and the amount of work I had to put in to get those, and to just get into the shape that I got into. Yeah, I remember. And I'm not willing to do that again.
Fair.
I'm not willing to put myself through that again. You know, I've got work, I've got little bits of businesses that I've got to be involved in as well. So what am I supposed to do? Do I just go, you know what, it is what it is. I have to accept that was then, and I'm just never going to see that again.
Yeah.
Or what do I do instead?
I think, and that's a very good question, is that it's not your priority, and that's okay. I want to tell people that it's okay to not have abs or fitness even as your priority. You've just given me my inspiration for tonight's reel, because that's something I recorded a video on, that everyone comes to me in a panic, like, oh, I should be doing this, I should be doing that, but I have kids and I have a job and I'm trying to do, then it's okay. Doesn't have to be your priority. Right. If you really want it, then obviously, you can put in a little bit of time. You can be there in 10 weeks. Not a problem. 10 weeks is short in relative terms, but it's actually okay just to say, do you know what, right now, it's not my priority. Abs won't be my priority, like, in 6 months. Yeah. They won't be. And I'm okay to admit that. And I think the sooner we hear people saying it's okay to not be focusing on aesthetics, on your physical appearance all the time because you've got a million other things going on, then just take a step back and don't worry about it. It will come. You've got the rest of your life. The gym will be there. Green juice will be there. Like, you can do it at any time. You don't have to be stressing about the fact you're not where you want to be right now, because you're focusing on other things that are really important. Like, if I'm not competing, I don't have abs, and I don't care that I don't have abs, because my other priorities are enjoying life, going on holidays, eating whatever I want to eat, you know, working, getting together, businesses, doing this, doing that, a million other things. And that's okay. It doesn't have to be your priority.
Cool. I like that. Thank you again.
Oh, you're so welcome.
It's been a great